Let us now proceed and check out how do we use the file output stream to create and write data to the file. So within the IntelliJ IDE, let us now clean up our code. And now our first step will be to define our data that needs to be written to the file. I love India. And then we need to use the class of file output stream, this one java.io, and this will simply import this statement java.io.file output stream. Let's call it FOS equal to new file output stream. Create the object. Now within the constructor we need to pass the name of the file. So let us pass the name of the file as, let's call it myfile.txt. And soon after this, our next step will be to convert this data to the byte array, because we cannot write this string data directly to this file. This data needs to be converted to the byte array. So here I will use data dot get bytes. So this will simply return the byte array and assign it to the array of bytes. Byte data equal to data dot get bytes, like this. And now that we have got our byte array, then we can simply go ahead and write the data to the file. So for that, what I will do is I will use the file output stream object fos.write and then pass the parameter as byte data, like this. During the file handling, whenever we try to open the file output stream, then it is our duty to close it as well. So here I will use fos.close. So when this statement will be executed, it will simply prevent any memory leakage in future. Because once you open the stream, then it is your duty to close it as well. And now here you must be thinking why there are lots of error present here. It is actually not an error, but the IntelliJ IDE expects you to handle the exception. Now all these statements can actually result into the input-output exception. So here we need to handle this exception just to make our program more robust. So let us surround it by try, curly bracket open, and here block closed, like this. And then use the catch keyword followed by IO exception, this one java.io. Click on this, give it a space and type exception, or let's say EX. And within this, let us use EX, right? Like this. And I guess here I have done some mistake. Here we don't need to use the box type data type. Here let us use small b, which is actually the primitive type of data, byte, like this. So byte data equal to data dot get bytes. It will simply return the primitive type of byte array, like this. And now let us expand our project window. You must be thinking we have not yet created our myfile.txt. So how can we write data to this file, because this file actually does not exist. Now the significance of using this constructor is that if this statement is executed, then it will simply look for this myfile.txt. Now if this file is not present, it will simply create a new file within your Java application folder, that is the root directory. So when I am going to run our program, then simply keep your eye within this project view as well. So here let us now run the code. And there we go, here myfile.txt has been created. Let us open it. And here within the file you can notice I love India is actually present here. Now in front of you, you can see the string I love India, but internally this data is actually stored in the form of byte array. So here please don't get confused. What you see is actually not present. You see a string, but internally it is actually the byte array. Now let us close the file. So this was all about how do we write data to the file.